All right. Certainly last but not least by any means, we're going to hear from Bill Flynn, who has logged more than 30,000 hours in front of a live microphone. Currently serves as the morning show host on Winston-Salem's News Talk AM 980, The Eagle. To address the startling losses of liberty through excessive government growth, he has worked diligently in recent years to wake the sleeping giant in mainstream America. He's a sponsoring host of a 12-week series on the United States Constitution. Mr. Flynn has penned 2 humor books and is a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Let's welcome Bill Flynn.
You know, I need every one of those 30,000 hours of experience to follow these speakers and have the last few moments. And first of all, I want to say thank you to you, the diehards, the people here that will not be swayed for a longer day. They're hanging in there no matter what. So God bless you. That is the tenacity that we must see, that we've got to see this November. Not only do you have to show it, but you have to get everybody you know to show it as well. I just want to very quickly make a few comments, maybe some things we haven't thought about. How many of you remember those days when the Catholic Church had made their pledge and their concern? Even representatives like Virginia Fox stood up and said, this is not right. And we had those days where the president was thinking about what liberties he would allow the Catholic Church. Do you remember that? Do you remember those days where he was thinking about it, what he might be able to do? And I'm here to tell you that is one of the most inappropriate exercises of executive authority you will ever see in this country, because we're not going to let that happen again. We are not going to allow that. None of us signed off on that kind of presidential power. I didn't, and you didn't. And if they think they have it, they're sorely mistaken. We have a government that rapidly defends Islam, saying we ought not to say anything that might upset Islamists. At the same time, they're willing to institutionally undermine the Christian faith and belief, and specifically with the Catholic Church and the healthcare mandate. How many of you find that to be an America you can support? Not only not support it, but it's, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us not to just say no, but to force them to eat this back, to force them to move in the opposite direction for greater liberty. Not just stop attacking us, but give us the liberty that God commands the government to protect. That's what we have to demand. We have some good news about where we are. The good news is we have pastors literally taunting the IRS by sending their messages there, saying, come on, come after me. That's what we need to see more of. Yeah. We have the good news of the Constitution, which is the best repellent for liberalism ever invented. We must stand on it. We have Chick-fil-A Day that many of you supported. Remember? The power, and it wasn't just about eating lunch that day. The Chick-fil-A family has now replaced the soccer mom in the political landscape of America. How many of you saw Mitt Romney at the Al Smith dinner? He was great, and let me tell you, he brilliantly and humbly wielded the most powerful tool you and I might have against the leftists after our vote. And that is by showing liberalism to be the laughing stock that it is. We need to be able to laugh at it and get others to laugh at it too, because it is void of thought, and specifically it's void of humanity. And on that thought, I want to continue with the example. Obama is the empty chair. Joe Biden is the whoopee cushion. Couple of quick harsh realities here. Call it what they are. Obama and the Democrats oppose the Born Alive Infant Protection Act. Obama and the Democrats support partial birth abortion. Do you? No. Obama and the Democrats support taxpayer funding of abortion. Do you? No. Obama and the Democrats support government funding of Planned Parenthood. And don't let anybody tell you that it's about mammograms for the underprivileged women. If you make a call there, you'll find out that, again, our president and leftists are lying to you about the virtues of Planned Parenthood. So keep these things in mind. Clearly, if there's a political solution for what we're facing today, it is not the Democrat Party, and it is not this White House. And look around us, there are not a lot of people here. Even at our most intensely attended moment today, there weren't a lot of people here. But take heart in this. First of all, that our country of about 4 million people at the time only had 56 people willing to sign the Declaration of Independence. 56 to 4 million. I will take this crowd right here and sweep the state of North Carolina with the passion and the correctness that you stand for. We can do this, and we must do this. In closing, Thomas Paine is a man who said, "It is the duty of the patriot to protect his country from its government." Our government is only there to protect our unalienable God-given rights. Now, it's bad enough when a government is neutral on that, but when a government goes in the direction of actually standing in the way of free exercise of your inalienable rights, that is not a government ordained by God. It is not a government suitable for this country, and it is a government that must be taken down this November, and we must do it. And just one last comment. How many of you know the story of ancient Rome and the power of one? Now, we can look around and not see great numbers, but let me quickly tell you the story of Telemachus. It was at the time in Rome where gladiators were fighting to the death routinely. And it took one, and by the way, just think of it as the biggest days, every weekend. The tailgate parties, when they didn't have cars or parking lots, families were looking forward to these gladiator events where one man and another man would go against each other and fight to the death. And it was a man by the name of Telemachus who did the politically incorrect thing, who took it upon himself to stand in the arena and tell them to stop fighting and expect the crowd to not like what they heard, and they did not like what they heard. And they ended up stoning Telemachus to death. But his life was not wasted. His effort did not go unrewarded, because within a matter of days, the emperor of Rome at the time, simply because of the actions of this one man, declared then, once and forever, the end of gladiator fighting in that country. You are that person. You are that one person who can be there to see that we end the tyranny, the statism, the communism that is coming out of this government. It will not stand. It never stood for America. It doesn't stand for America now, and we will not stand for it to be America in the future with your help. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you for standing up for religious freedom. You're standing for America. God bless you.